What is up and welcome back my prestige Amazon FBA family. If you guys are new here, my name is Andy. I'm a multi-six-figure Amazon FBA seller and welcome to part 2 of the 6-part series for Amazon FBA for beginners. Now if you guys don't know the background for why I am creating this series is because I was talking to a lot of my students and a lot of incoming students that are very interested. They really have no idea what Amazon FBA is. So I just wanted to take the time to let you guys know and help you guys out because I know some of you guys are new sellers as well. So I know that this series will help you guys out personally. Now, I just want to go over in this video what is arguably the most important part of Amazon FBA, private labeling. But before I do get into that, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I will be dropping new videos here twice a week. So if you guys are new sellers or veteran sellers, I am sure you guys will benefit from this channel. So be sure to hit that subscribe button as well as turn on the notification bell. So whenever I do upload those videos, you guys will be there. You guys will be there to watch and I appreciate it. So be sure to subscribe. So especially in 2019 where Amazon is constantly changing, product research is the most important part, in my opinion, for starting your Amazon FBA private label business. And there's so many reasons for this. It's unfortunate that so many new sellers are just getting like emotionally stuck on products, or they're so invested in products that they think are really profitable and they think they could sell really well, but they don't really do all of the research that's required on the back end to make sure or ensure that their best chances are there for making a profitable product. And there's many different factors and many different, criteria that go into finding the perfect product and doing your product research. Now you may be thinking, what are the most important factors and criteria in looking for a profitable product or doing your product research? And if you guys aren't familiar with any of the product research tools, there's so many out there, especially in 2019. They're always being constantly upgraded and updated, and it's so much easier to find data nowadays online than it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. But if you guys haven't already, be sure to go sign up for that prestige Amazon FBA 2019 cheat sheet in the description below. There I have everything laid out for you with tools and resources that you will need to begin your product research journey. But one criteria that I do tell my students and that I do recommend everybody do when they look up products to sell is that you find products within a category or products that are not super competitive but still have a very high demand. So high demand, low competition. Those are two criteria that you should look for in a future product. You do not want to be selling a product that all of your competitors have thousands upon thousands of reviews. It'll just be hard for you to get to the top and stay at the top of the search page, just because that's where most searches are and most purchases happen. It's definitely doable. It's something that I have done before, but it's something that I don't recommend for new sellers just because there's a higher barrier to entry, and the investment money that you'll be putting in initially to be able to rank to the top and especially stay at the top with these high volume sellers, the initial capital is just much higher. So I do not recommend you try to battle it out with items that have high demand and high competition, especially if you're just starting out. Do your product research, take your time, be patient, look for a product with low competition and high demand. This is where all the money's at, and this is where you should start. Now, when doing your product research, you also need to keep in mind, things like, how can I make my product different to stay at the top of the search page, or how can I make my product different and better than my competitors to be able to compete in a product that's already being sold, in a category that's already being sold. And this is where the second most important factor comes into play, in my opinion, which is product differentiation. And especially in 2019, we're in the middle of 2019 now, this is especially important because you want to be able to improve upon your competitors' products in some way or another, and differentiate just to be able to make the sales that you had envisioned for your product. And there is a great example of this that I constantly think about nowadays, is that with the ever-changing economy and biodegradable products and reusable products, a lot of people have been hopping on the trend of reusable straws. And there's lately has been so many iterations of these reusable straws. A lot of them are now metal, some of them are telescopic. They come with cases, small packaging that's very attractive, that makes people want to use reusable straws. And differentiation in this specific niche and for this specific product has become so wide. People have been including, there's many ways to differentiate, but for the specific straw example, a lot of people have been bundling, multiple reusable straws. That is one way. They've been including straw cleaners so that you can just insert the straw and clean it out that way. As mentioned before, they redesigned the straw so that it's telescopic, so that you can put it in your pocket. Instead of having a long straw, you're able to condense it down into a small piece about like 1 to 2 inches and then put it in a case that looks like an AirPods case. So there's many ways you can differentiate, and in reality in 2019 especially, if you aren't able to differentiate your product, this alone will make or break the product that you launch. So take your time, again, be patient. Product differentiation is the second most important part, in my opinion, when it comes to launching a product and being able to make a successful product that people will want to buy over your competitors' products. But that concludes it for this video. If there's one thing that you guys should take away from this video, is that you guys should definitely be patient and take your time when you guys are doing your product research. This is the most important part when it comes to launching a product, especially with Amazon FBA private labeling. So do take your time. Whenever students ask me, how long did it take you to find your products and how long should I spend to find my products, I always recommend 2 to 4 weeks, and this is different for everybody. I spent 2 to 4 weeks, a few hours a day just finding potential products, and I still do to this day. So be sure to take your time. When you guys are doing so, try to come up with a list of 10 to 15 potential items and then narrow it down from there. Maybe you'll go back to that list of 10 to 15 items, but you will have options to choose from, and from there you can reach out to your suppliers, and I'll cover that in this series as well. Again, if you guys haven't downloaded the cheat sheet, this is a very limited supply, so please go do so. I also include a bonus just for you guys with step-by-step instructions on how I, to this day, still find legit suppliers. And I cut out the middleman in that process, leaving me with a higher profit margin. So if you're interested in that, be sure to go check that out. But as always, I thank you guys so much. If you guys found this video useful or entertaining, please be sure to drop a like. If you guys have any questions or comments, do so down below. I'll get back to them as soon as I can. As mentioned before, please be sure to subscribe. This is part 2 of the 6-part series for Amazon FBA for beginners. So please be sure to subscribe to stay up to date. Also hit those notification bells just so you know when I drop those videos. But thank you guys again for staying till the end. I definitely appreciate it. But until next time, I'll catch you guys at the next video.